Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here this evening, and thank you all at home for watching this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Tonight's Town Board meeting is a voting meeting, and the date is Wednesday, July 1st, 2015. So before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, so would everybody please rise for that? And Councilman Lupinacci, would you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, for the record, all board members are present this evening with the exception of Councilwoman McDonough, who is on vacation this week. And we have our Deputy Town Clerk, Phyllis Borges, filling in for our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford. Phyllis, thanks for being here. And all the way down to my left is Greg Fulchetti. He's our excellent Town Council.
Hey, Kenny, good evening. Really?
He doesn't like when I say that, by the way, but I say it anyway.
Thank you, Ken.
He does a great job.
Council Lupinacci doesn't like it.
All right, so once again, it's a Town Board voting meeting, and we have, this evening, we have 19 resolutions. And the last, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 of them are certiorari settlements. So the first 9 would be normal resolutions, then the remainder of them will be reading settlements on tax certiorari litigation. Okay, so number 1 on the agenda this evening is to accept the Town Board minutes of June 10th, 2015. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, all board members signified aye. Number 2 on the agenda is a resolution amending a standard workday and reporting for elected and appointed officials. Councilman Schneider, would you read this one?
Whereas on November 8, 2012 and March 20, 2015, the Town Board adopted resolutions entitled Standard Workday and Reporting Resolution and amended Standard Workday and Reporting Resolution respectively in accordance with the New York State Comptroller's Office, and whereas the Office of the State Comptroller has notified the Town Clerk that there were certain deficiencies in such resolution and has directed the Town Board to make appropriate changes and adopt an amended resolution to cure such deficiencies. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby establishes the following as standard workdays for electing and appointed officials, and will report the officials to the New York State and local employees retirement system based on the timekeeping system records of their record of activities maintained and submitted by these officials to the Town Clerk as submitted on the attached standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials, forms 2417 Alpha and 2417 Bravo from the New York State and local retirement system. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Abstain.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. 3 yeses and 1 abstention. Okay, resolution number 3 this evening is a resolution establishing a standard workday for employees of the Town of Carmel. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this one?
Sure. Resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby establishes the following as standard workdays for employees and will report days worked to the New York State and local employees retirement system based on time record-keeping system or the record of activities maintained and submitted by the members to the Town Clerk as submitted on the attached quote-unquote standard workday for employees form RS 2418 from the New York State and local retirement system. I offer the resolution as read.
Okay.
Seconded.
Offered by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution releasing a bond, and it's tax map number 55.11-1-8, 9, and 10. This is for Brewster Meadowland PL Capital for $273,000. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one, please?
Sure. Whereas application has been made by Brewster Meadowland PL Capital for the total release of a site plan bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations of the Town of Carmel for map number 55.11-1-8, N9, N10, 1952 Route 6, Carmel, New York, and whereas said application has been reviewed by Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti PE, and the release of the bond has been recommended and approved by Town Engineer and the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the release of the site plan bond posted for tax maps 55.11-1-8 and 9 and 10, JP Morgan Chase Bank Bond Number CTCS 203384 in the amount of $273,000. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution authorizing attendance at seminars. And Councilman Schneider, would you read this one, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Assessor Glenn Drosy to attend the Manufactured Home Valuation Seminar to be held in Oneonta, New York on September 11, 2015, as well as the New York State Assessors Association Annual Meeting and Seminar to be held October 4, 2015 through October 7, 2015. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes payment of reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing the signing of services agreement between the County of Putnam and certain municipalities in the County of Putnam for electronic waste recycling. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this one?
Sure. Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt to execute on behalf of the Town of Carmel a services agreement between the County of Putnam, the Town of Carmel, and the 5 remaining towns located within the County of Putnam with Vintage Tech LLC, Romeoville, Illinois, for the provision of an electric waste recovery program and related electric waste services. Said agreement being in general substance, form, and content as is currently on file in the Office of the Town Supervisor for an interim term commencing January 1, 2015 and concluding December 31st, 2016. And be it further resolved that a copy of said service agreement be filed with the Town Clerk after signature by the Town Supervisor. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution authorizing the filing of the annual MS4 stormwater report. And Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one?
Whereas the Town Board has been presented with a draft annual MS4 stormwater report prepared by the Town of Carmel Engineering Department, and whereas public comment on the draft annual report was received by the Town Board, and the Town Board has considered said comments. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign and file said report as drafted by Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution rescinding the acceptance of a proposal for the installation of conduits for gas dispensing system at Town Hall and authorizing acceptance of an alternate proposal. Councilman Schneider, would you read this, please?
Whereas the Town Board has previously approved the proposal of Conklin Services and Construction to upgrade the existing gas line dispensing system at Town Hall, and whereas Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has previously advised the Town Board that excavation of a trench and installation of an electrical conduit system will be required in connection with the referenced upgrade as well, and whereas the Town Engineer had previously obtained the authorization of the Town Board and solicited proposals for the excavation of trench as required, as well as the installation of the referenced conduit, and whereas the Town Board had previously accepted the proposal of Stewart Bates, Inc., Brewster, New York, for the excavation and trenching work referenced herein, and whereas the Town Board has been advised that Stewart Bates, Inc. is unable to perform the excavation and trenching work as previously authorized, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board, Town of Carmel, hereby accepts the proposal of Ed Cook Excavating, Inc., Mahopac, New York, for the excavation and trenching work referenced herein at a cost not to exceed $9,400. Be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation required to formalize the acceptance of said proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, resolution number 9 is a resolution authorizing entry into a multimodal capital projects agreement with the New York State DOT. Councilman Lombardi?
Resolve the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes entry into a master municipal multimodal number 1 capital project agreement, New York State Controller Contract Number D033070, for Breckenridge Road improvements in a reimbursable amount of $100,000 with the New York State Department of Transportation. Said agreement in form and content as currently on file in the office of the Town Supervisor. And be it further resolved, that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign and execute said agreement in the form referenced herein. I offer the resolution as read.
Seconded?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, now we're going to go on to the certiorari settlement litigations that we have to approve by resolution. And the first one is an authorizing of a settlement of a tax certiorari litigation for Long Point Estate Corporation. And Councilman Schneider, would you read that? I mean, Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that one? Sorry.
I got better looking. Thank you. Yes, this is a resolution authorizing settlement for litigation. The town refund is $1,419.52, whereas there is currently pending in the state, in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2207-2012, 1884/2013, and 1534/2014, certain lawsuits entitled Long Point Estates Corp. versus the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessors Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel in regards to recreation, the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 54.9-1-17 on the 2012, 2013, and 2014 tax roll. I offer this resolution as read and pre-filed with the town clerk.
Yes. Okay, I second that.
You do?
Yeah, because you weren't.
Well, you didn't give me a chance.
Okay, go ahead.
Never, no. Can't change it now. Can't change it now?
You can add it. I can.
I don't want
You
to
can add Councilman Lombardi.
No, go ahead.
All right. Okay,
Roll call vote.
roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, resolution number 11 is authorizing the settlement of a tax certiorari litigation for Syed and Ada El Shakari. And Councilman Schneider, would you read this one?
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2127, 2009, 2306, 2010, 2248, 2011, 2113, 2012, 1865, 2013, and 1554, 2014, lawsuits of Syed and Ada El Shakri versus Town of Carmel for tax map numbers 55.6-1-18 and 44.14-1-53 for the tax years 2009 through 2014. Tax map number 44.14-15-53 has a town refund of $3,801.41. Tax map number 55.6-1-18 has a total town refund of $4,179.14. And I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution be number 12. It's a resolution authorizing a settlement tax certiorari litigation for HDS LLC. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this one?
Whereas there is currently pending in Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2200 of 2012, 1883 of 2013, and 1533 of 2014, certain lawsuit entitled HDS, LLC versus the Town of Carmel, Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel in regards to the recreation and assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map number 55.6-1-13 on the 2012, 2013, and 2000 tax roll, and the amount of the town reduction is $2,897.77. And as pre-filed with the clerk's office, I offer this resolution as read.
I second it with one correction.
I'm sorry. What I
We've
do?
been reading recreation, it's the reducing or reduction of the assessment. Reducing.
Yeah, okay.
There's a typo that says
there?
recreation, it should be reducing.
Reducing? Who was responsible for that?
Spell check.
Come on, I need a motion.
Was that second?
Okay, seconded. Did you second it?
Yeah, as amended with the,
With the
change
recre-
recreation
yeah.
reducing.
Yeah, he must have been thinking about recreation, whoever prepared this somehow.
When I read it, I was like,
All right. All right, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupanacci?
Yes,
Councilman Lombardi?
aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, with the correction. Motion carried. Okay, next resolution is number 13. Is a resolution authorizing the settlement of a tax share litigation, MNQ Realty LLC. And Councilman Lupanacci, would you do this one?
whereas this resolution authorizing settlement for litigation, there- yes, I'm just looking for a summary of the refund.
Oh, next page.
Okay. The summary of the refund, or the aggregate, is $1,852.34, whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2308 /2010, 2250 /2011, 2115 /2012, 1867 /2013, and 1555 /2014, certain lawsuits entitled MNQ Realty LLC versus the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel in regards to reducing the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 55.6-1 and -40 on the 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014 tax roll. I offer this resolution as read and pre-filed with the town clerk.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupanacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution is number 14, is a resolution authorizing a tax settlement associated litigation for Vincent Ripa, and he is the receiver of this property. Councilman Schneider, would you read this?
Excuse me. Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index number 1735 of 2012, 1515 of 2013, and 1358 of 2014, certain lawsuits entitled Vincent Ripa, Receiver versus Town of Carmel, Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel, in regards to tax map numbers 55.10-1-12 of the 2012, 13, and 14 tax rolls in the amount totaling $1,898.50. And I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupanacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupanacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 15, is a resolution authorizing settlement tax associated litigation for Silarex Pharmaceuticals, Inc. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this?
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, Putnam County, State of New York, under index numbers 2213 of 2012 and 1885 of 2013, certain lawsuits entitled Silarex Pharmaceuticals, Inc. versus the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel, in regards to a reduction of the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map 55.15-1-9 on the 2012 and 2000 tax rolls, and that reduction is in the amount of $17,855.13. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk's office.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 16, is authorizing settlement of tax surcharge litigation on Watson Pharmaceuticals, Inc. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read this one?
This resolution is authorizing settlement for litigation, and the town refund is $12,086.12, whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2356/2010 and 1840/2011, certain lawsuits entitled Watson Pharmaceutical, Inc. versus the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel in regards to reducing the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map Number 55.15-1-9 on the 2010 and 2011 tax rolls. I offer this resolution as read and pre-filed with the town clerk.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 17, same thing. Resolution regarding a tax surcharge litigation for Hines Realty Incorporated. And Councilman, did you just read that one?
I'll take care of this one.
Yeah, you'll take care of that, John. Thanks.
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 1863 of 2011, 1762 of 2012, 1752 of 2013, and 1546 of 2014, certain lawsuits entitled Heiners Realty, Inc. versus the Town of Carmel, Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel, in regards to recreation, reducing the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Town of Carmel Tax Map numbers 65.13-1-66 on the 2011, 12, 13, and 14 tax rolls in the amount totaling $1,720.83. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, Resolution 18, authorizing settlement of tax surcharge litigation for Vista on the Lake. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this one?
When I was first reading.
$83,649.92.
It's like something new. A little scary, this one.
Town refund, right?
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 2311 of 2010, 2249 of 11, 2112 of 2012, 1866 of 2013, and 1556 of 2014, certain lawsuits entitled Vista on the Lake versus the Town of Carmel Town Board, the Board of Assessors Review of the Town of Carmel, in regards to a reduction in the assessment of certain real property known and designated as Tax Map Town of Carmel number 66.2-1-101 through 916, and appearing in the 2010, 11, 12, 13, and 14 tax rolls in the total amount of $83,649.92. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk's office.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, the last resolution regarding the tax surcharge litigation is number 19, and that's regarding South Lake Boulevard Realty Incorporated. Councilman Lupinacci, would you take the last one?
Whereas there is currently pending in the Supreme Court, County of Putnam, State of New York, under index numbers 1698/2011, 2230/2012, 1755/2013, and 1646/2014, certain lawsuits entitled South Lake Boulevard Realty, Inc. versus the Town of Carmel, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Carmel in regards to reducing the assessment of certain real properties known and designated as Town of Carmel tax map numbers 75.44-1-36 has no refund, -37 has no refund, -65 has no refund, -66 has a refund of $3,779.26, and -67 has a refund of $1,842.61 on the 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014 tax rolls. I offer this resolution as read and pre-filed with the town clerk.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote?
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. And let me just explain a little bit. You heard 13 certiorari settlements regarding litigation.
10.
And 10? 10, I'm sorry. There were 13 resolutions, but 10 separate.
10 resos for multiple parcels, some had multiple parcels involved, and there was dozens of parcels involved.
Those are the parcels.
10 owners, 10 property owners.
Okay. There were 10 property owners, but there were multiple properties that were involved. And what this is if you're a commercial property owner, or you live in a condominium complex, a townhouse development, when you feel that your property tax assessment is not correct, you challenge that assessment, and you challenge it it's called a certiorari challenge, or certiorari litigation. For single-family homeowners, it's different. It's not called a certiorari, it's called a SCAR, Small Claims Assessment Review. So if you feel that your assessment is not what it should be, that you might be paying too much regarding the value of your property and with respect to its assessed value, you can challenge that it's a different process. It's very similar that you're challenging your assessment, but for commercial property owners, it's called a certiorari. And what the town board has done over the years, because you heard some amounts this evening of what the town is liable for as a refund for the property owner based on the settlement of the certiorari, the town board has, and very rightfully so and very smartly, they have put money aside over the years in a designated fund balance that we have been carrying for over the years now, because we knew that there were going to be challenges to assessments. So we wanted to make sure that when those challenges come forward and the challenges are settled, that we would have funding set aside to pay for those refunds and reimbursements back to the property owners upon the settlement of the case. So this money is not coming out of the general fund. It's coming out of a fund balance that was set up years ago. And there's plenty of funding in there to cover this. I believe we have something
There's 700,000, 7 and change in the reserve. We're using about 100,000 right now, but if you look at the potential of all the properties that are on the roll, it could be higher than the 700,000. I know this because during arbitration, the PBA expert, financial expert witness that they hired, said that we could actually use this money to help pay salary increases and stuff like that, and we argued that point that you cannot. This is set aside for tax certiorari's, and we don't even have potentially enough money in there if every single one that is being challenged in the court right now, because you heard 2010, 11, 12, and 13. But you are 100% correct that this is great that we've set aside money And this $100,000 that's being spent right now is not going to be a burden to the taxpayers because the money has already been set aside. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the money was designated in a reserve for cases like this when certiorieries are settled and the refunds are awarded back to the property owners. The school districts are on the hook for a lot more money. You heard the amounts for the town of Carmel this evening, but the school district is 70% of your property taxes. So the numbers for the school districts are going to be much higher than what you heard this evening from the town refunds. And the county also, County of Putnam is also, there's a dollar amount that the County of Putnam is also responsible for to pay back to the property owner based on the settlement of the case. So you heard the town figures tonight, but the school figures are much, much higher, and the county is also responsible as well. So there's still more that are ongoing. This is just these are just the ones this evening that have been settled thus far. The ones that are still pending in Supreme Court that are being negotiated with our assessor, special counsel for the town of Carmel, Blancato, and the attorneys representing the property owners. So at some point going forward, you may hear, and you probably will hear, other settlements of litigation. But thankfully, we have the money set aside for these. We're not going to have to dip into our general fund, that there is money in reserves, as we all had been talking about, to pay for these reimbursements and refunds back. So good thinking, and being very responsible by the town board for setting up those reserves years ago for these pending litigation cases. All right, does the town board have anything else that they wish to add to that? No, covered that well. Okay, all right, that covers the agenda items for this evening, and it's unlikely that any members of the public want to come up this evening to speak about any agenda items that we covered.
Check.
And
You should check, see if anybody wants to come.
yeah, I don't think anybody's going to respond. All right, so, and also new business for this evening. We will not have anybody coming up to speak on new business because the audience is very light this evening, and we will not be having anyone come up for that. So, so that's it for the town board meeting. Does the board have any announcements that they'd like to make?
Have a safe and happy 4th of July.
Yeah, yep. Thank you, Jonathan. John, why do I keep looking at you and calling you Jonathan or Schneider? You guys are going to have to.
We're like Doublemint over
I don't know why I'm looking at John and calling him. You guys don't even look alike. I don't know why I'm doing that. I apologize.
Put your glasses up.
Yeah. There you go, John. The town hall is closed this Friday, July 3rd, in recognition of Independence Day, which is the 4th, but the town hall is closed in observance of Independence Day. So we will reopen on Monday, the 6th. Monday, July 6th, the town hall will be back reopened at 8:30 a.m. for conducting town hall business. So once again, have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. Enjoy yourselves, but be careful out there. Pay attention to what you're doing, and so hopefully you're spending a lot of time with friends and family, and hopefully we're going to have good weather for this weekend as well. Let's hope. All right, good night, everyone. We will be back here next Wednesday for a town board work session. I need a motion to close.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Lombardi.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Schneider and Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone. Be well. We'll see you next week for work session.